shall be sold.
It says ye shall be sold. So it's saying, once you got into that land where you got off the slave ships, you were going to be sold. What?
Unto your enemies.
Unto your enemies, not your friends, not your body. Because you see how you see brothers walking around with them Esau, white man. The Bible is saying these are not your friends. These are not somebody you should be cool with. What does it call them?
Unto your enemies.
It calls them your enemies. Because only your enemy would take some people from their homeland and put them through child slavery, beat and whip them, murder them. Black African American, Puerto Rican. Right? Come check out the sign, right? We say nationality, so of course it's Scripture. So you say you Black American. Is that your father? Your father Puerto Rican?
Yeah, my father.
Your father Black. So what? So what we come out? These are the names that was given to us in slavery, but these are the names that was given to us in what, according to the Lord gave to His chosen people. So you say you heard of the Israelites before, but I know you haven't heard of them fully because you still call yourself an African American. Right? Because if you knew you was an Israelite, what does knowing you're an Israelite, what does that entail? What does it mean to be an Israelite? Let me put it like that.
To be yourself, bro.
You said what?
To be yourself, ain't it?
I can't hear you.
To be yourself.
To be what?
Be yourself.
Be yourself. Yeah. Okay, what about you?
I don't know how to answer that one.
You don't know how to answer that, right? Because it's an importance with knowing you're Israel. Let me show you. Because what? The Bible says that the Israelites, they have something promised to them according to the Lord. And I want to read the promise and see if we're in that right now, right? Read it.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So Moses is speaking through, the Lord is speaking through Moses to the children of Israel, right?
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So what, have y'all ever heard that the Lord had a special people? That he had a chosen people?
Yeah.
You have, right? So what comes with being the chosen people of God?
A whole lot.
Like what?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff you gotta deal with. It's a whole lot on your shoulder.
No, I understand that.
It's a lot of weight to carry.
But like if the Lord is telling you you're chosen, that means he has something particularly special planned for you.
Chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So what he says, the Israelites were chosen to be above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So when we come out here, we show our people that, and then we ask them, what does it mean to be above all people that are on the face of the earth? What does that mean? Do you know?
Top tier.
Top
tier.
Top tier, right?
Basically.
Top tier, that comes with a nation, that comes with rulership, that comes with power, that comes with unity, a way of living, a constitution. All these things is what the Lord is telling us with his promise for us, right? But are we living like that today is the question.
Yeah.
We are.
Social media, that's how it is.
Social media.
Yeah.
How does social media put us on top?
You said how does
Yeah, because I'm asking, if we're the chosen people of God and we're above all people on the world, bro, show me an example of us being above all people in the world.
it's like what we doing now. We put
It's
this on
a lot
YouTube
of
right now
celebrities
for
on
everybody to see.
A lot of celebrities, right?
For everybody to see, ain't it?
So for instance, right, the industry, the celebrities. Who pays? Who pays the celebrities? Like for instance, did y'all heard what happened with Kanye West and Nick Cannon, Kyrie Irving, just recently with Kyrie Irving? But they came out and said that what? We are the Hebrews. We are the true people of God. And what did they do to them? They blackballed him. They took their money. They damn suspended Kyrie. They done shipped him off somewhere else. You don't even hear nothing about damn Kanye no more. They made him look crazy and took damn near, $11 billion from the man. And you trying to say that being a celebrity has some type of power? No. The person giving the money has the power.
We don't know who that person is.
Oh, we know who it is. Right?
Yeah, we know who it is.
Get Malachi 9:24, and then we're going to get Revelations 2. No, I want to show you because the Bible tells us who it is, right? So we're going to get Malachi 9:24, then we're going to get Revelations 2 and 9. Because I want to show you. No, it's the same today. Because it's the same today, and I prove it to you, right? Watch it. Yeah. Job 9:24. Because I want to show you that's the same today. Because our people, right, follow me, right? Our people believe that the Bible is different back then than it is today. We know the Bible is prophetic. It tells what happened back then, and it tells what's happening today.
In the future, yeah.
Exactly. And we are in that end time and that future time now. And I can prove it to you. Just deal with me, give me a second, and I'll show you what I mean by that, right? Read.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's what we're speaking about, right? That 1% that control the rest of the world, right?
The elites.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Who is the judges? The judges, when you read the Bible, are going into the prophets, Christ, the Most High God. These are the judges. Because in the end time, these are going to be the ones coming back to judge the wicked of the earth. But when you look at TV, you look at the pictures, when you look at the image of Christ, who do they show? Is this Christ? No. Right? But when you pick up your phone and you put in Jesus Christ, why does this image show up?
Social media is what they put out for everybody to see. So, you know, this is what everybody believes. It's little kids, it's on social media, this is all they believe.
No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
This is all they can see. So a lot of stuff on social media is a crush.
I wanna make a point though that maybe y'all not thinking about, right? When do you think this image was painted? Crusades, right? Late 1400s, early 1500s. Was it social media around then?
No, it wasn't.
Because I want to make the point. You think
we wasn't in the 1400s. We don't know if they could have made it.
No, it's history there. It's history there. Have you heard of the Moors?
Huh?
Have you heard of the Moors?
Yeah.
You accustomed with the history of the Moors, right? Have you ever heard of the Dark Ages?
Yeah.
The Dark Ages is a time span when we ruled Europe. We ruled under the umbrella of Moors. So from about 193 AD, after we overthrew the Rome, which was primarily ruled by the white man, you have the Moors who came in. Those were primarily your blacks and your Arabs. And they were dark. That's why they call it the Dark Ages. Why do you think when you go to your history schools and things of that nature, you don't start hearing about history up until the Renaissance era, which is like 1500s? Why do you think that is? Because they don't want you to know that we ruled as kings and priests before that. And remember what we read in Job 9:24, where it says he covered the faces of the judges there. Because that is particularly pertaining to the time when he came back and painted over our images. It's called iconoclasm. That's where they took the images from that particular time and they whitewashed them. Because before that, the judges, Christ, these were black men. All the images were black people. But they took artists and they painted over them as white men. Like when you look at this right here, like check this out, right? You see, look, check this out. Come look at this right, Jesus. Yeah, that's supposed to be Jesus. That's the white dude. But when you look back here, this is an image of a black Christ that he's transferring over to a white. This is before social media. This is before TV. We don't know. How we know? We don't know. Let me show you how we know, right? I'm gonna show you how we know according to the Bible. Alright? Get Isaiah 40:62, and then I'm gonna get Deuteronomy. Because I want to prove according to how we know. Because we know according to the Bible, and the Bible tells us things that was gonna happen to the future. So I want to show you that something that the Bible prophesied back in the old time that didn't happen till later on in the future. To show that it is a true book. And to show who we are according to the Bible, right? Now I need you to follow me because this is a good history, and I know sometimes, we be hopping around and brothers, I don't want you to get stuck at this point here. I want you to follow me, understand where we're going, right? All right, let's read this.
The book of Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning.
This is speaking of the Lord. It's saying declaring the end from the beginning.
And from ancient times, the things that are not yet done.
So in ancient time, the Lord gave the word to his prophets to tell them to write down things that hadn't happened yet, right? Things that's going to happen in the future. Things that's going to happen prophetically, right? Read.
Saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
I said, my counsel will stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Read. Now, I want to go to one of those prophecies where it's showing our people something that's going to happen in the future. But this happened almost over 2,000 years ago, right? Deuteronomy 28:15.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it says, it shall come to pass. Remember, the Lord's already said that he established that he could tell the beginning from the end of times. So he's saying at this time, this is after they came out of the land of Egypt, out of slavery. He's saying it's going to come to pass in the future, right?
to observe to do all his commandments.
Read from the top again.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he's saying if you don't listen to what the Lord says, all these curses are going to come upon you and they're going to overtake you, right? So when you're dealing with the curses, these curses are prophetic. I want to give you one. This is going to prove the point what I'm telling you. Because, for instance, you spoke that nothing happened before the 1400s, or we don't know, right? So let me ask you this. How do you believe we got over into America? Through slavery, right? What form of transportation? On ships, right? No, the brother's hitting on something, right? Do you believe the Bible prophesied that we would come over here slaves on ships, slavery on ships? Where? But I'm talking about the Bible. Remember,
There was a prophecy.
Do you think they knew that this shit was going on?
not they, the Lord. Now remember what we just read. The Lord is telling the children of Israel, if you go against my commandments, these curses are going to come upon you. So read verse 46. I want to prove what these curses do, right?
Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign,
It's still speaking about the curses. So it's saying these curses are going to be upon us for a sign.
and for a wonder.
What does a sign do? A sign. And let you know something, right? Like I know that this is AC Shaw, Hotel Shaw, because of the sign. That's what it's saying. It's saying the curses are going to show. It's an indicator of who the children of Israel are going to be in the last day. So I'm going to go to one of those curses to show who the children of Israel are in the last days. What you got? Go ahead. All right. So we're getting ready to touch one of the curses. We're still in the same. We're in the same book. Give verse 48, 68. That's gonna come. That's happened throughout history. But that's coming in the last time too. But this is particular to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. Follow me, right?
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So are y'all familiar with how we came out of Egypt the first time? How? By Moses, right? Moses came to Pharaoh and said, hey, the Lord said, let my people go. And he took us through the Red Sea, and we came on the other side, right? And the Lord killed all of the Egyptians for us, right? So this is after that. So we have already left Egypt. I want you to keep that in mind. Exactly. You see, you catching on, bro, right? Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He says it's going to bring you into Egypt again with ships. Now, a lot of our people don't know this, but we didn't go into Egypt as a nationality of people again. Once we left the first time, we never went back into Egypt into slavery again. The Lord killed the Egyptians. He drowned them in the Red Sea. So now you have to think, what does he mean he's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships?
Book of Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land? Out of the what?
Out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt, right? It's getting ready to tell you something, right? Listen.
Out of the house of bondage. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Out of the house of bondage.
So what is that telling you that Egypt means? That's why I say I want you to follow me. What does it say Egypt means? Read what it means. Place of bondage. What's another word for bondage? You said what? No. What's another word for bondage? No, let me finish this for you, then I'll let you go. Let me give you this before you go, though, right? Let me give you this. Because you're gonna want this. I want y'all to take this and think on it later. All right? What does it mean to be, what's another word for bondage?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know
Slavery. So it's telling you when you look up the word Egypt, it means bondage, slavery, misery.
Right.
Now when you read the Bible, Egypt has two meanings. Sometimes it's speaking of a physical place, and other times it's speaking of a condition, which is slavery or bondage. Now keep that in mind when we go back to Deuteronomy 28. That's why I said I need for y'all to follow.
Use metaphors.
Metaphors, exactly. This is why I said I need for you to follow me and understand where I'm going, so that I can show you something that was prophesied in the past and show us something in the future. All right? Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into slavery again.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
You said we came over here in slavery and ships, right? And if that wasn't enough, I'm going to further prove that it's speaking about the transatlantic slave trade. Follow me.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold.
It says ye shall be sold. So it's saying, once you got into that land where you got off the slave ships, you were going to be sold. For what?
Unto your enemies.
Unto your enemies, not your friends, not your body. Because you see how you see brothers walking around with them Esau, white man. The Bible said these are not your friends. These are not somebody you should be cool with. What does it call them?
Unto your enemies.
It calls them your enemies. Because only your enemy would take some people from their homeland and put them through child slavery, beat and whip them, murder them, and do what? What else would they do when they got themselves?
For bondmen and bondwomen.
So it said once you got off that land off of those ships, you're going to be sold for bondmen and bondwomen. That means you're going to be sold for slave men and slave women.
That's right.
you being sold for a slave. That's your mama being sold for a slave.
Right.
That's your daughters and your sisters being sold for slavery.
Right.
Look at this thing. You got child here on the auction. They used to kid. They had the little boys and the girls, 3, 5 years old, out here picking cotton. All right, bro. Did y'all get a flyer? Did y'all get a flyer? Hey, can somebody get the brothers a flyer? Show them the YouTube page. Show them the channel. Hey.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word, His word.